It's not glitchy now. I've been live talking for about almost 2 hours on my other live on this one. Welcome to a we are talking about Nolan Wells. Yes, trauma, grief, and loss. What is the trauma in this equation? Nolan Wells' life has been taken. That's an event that has taken place. The grief in the equation is Nolan Wells' loved ones, family, and friends are grieving. The Black community is grieving. Some of our Caucasian brothers and sisters are grieving as well. Then this equation, the loss is Nolan Wells' life has been taken. Trauma, grief, and life is what I like. Trauma, grief, and loss is what I specialize in. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm a little exhausted because I went live on my other channel for like almost 2 hours. But we're going to listen to something pertaining to the Mississippi Attorney General. And the Attorney General is going after people that it shouldn't be going after. The Attorney General needs to go after, she needs to go after the men who unalive Nolan Wells. But it seems like there's a cover-up happening. So I want to hear your opinion on what you think. If it's a cover-up happening, and should this Attorney General be making these statements when they need to be worried about who unalive Nolan Wells? Take a listen. Just a moment.
Sam here with a Nolan Xavier Wells update. And Mississippi Attorney General Lynn Fitch says those threatening Nolan Wells' investigation will be held accountable. How about holding the people accountable who did this to Nolan Wells? Isn't it amazing how much they're coming after people for trying to just bring awareness to what happened to this poor kid and trying to figure it out? She said efforts to intimidate, disrupt, or interfere with the work of our law enforcement and prosecutors and threats to their well-being will be taken seriously and will hold those who make them accountable. Again, why don't you hold the people who did this to Nolan Xavier Wells accountable? Why don't you hold the governor accountable? Why don't you hold the DA accountable? Why don't you hold Sheriff John Ledbetter accountable? All these people, Stacey Turner, the medical examiner, all these people who were stalling out. Again, don't you think if this was an accidental death, they would have ruled this day one? So obviously there's something more to this, and they need to release the initial autopsy. They need to give the throat and the lungs to the family so they can get that second autopsy, so we can just rule out that it wasn't an accidental drowning or it was. But what are you guys holding up? And why would the Attorney General, Lynn Fitch, be now threatening people for just demanding answers? Now, obviously, if people were making any kinds of threats to public officials or any of the family, I understand that's not okay. But if they could put all of this energy towards actually solving this case, they might not have to make statements like this. Secret Service Sam out, Samson for president of the world. Sam here.
Please subscribe to Secret Service Sam on his YouTube channel. Also go to his Instagram and subscribe to him. Give him a follow on Instagram, Secret Service Sam. Hit the like button for me, please. I feel at this point, they all need to be arrested. Everybody that was on the boat with Nolan Wells should be arrested. That's how I feel about it. Take a listen.
Attorney General Lynn Fitch
just a moment.
Says those threatening Nolan Wells' investigation will be held accountable.
Hold on. Something's going on with this link.
Be held accountable.
Hold on, y'all. The link is not opening. Just a moment. So remember, when we listened to the audio, you heard the name Bart. Well, Bart is Warren's, Wyatt, and supposed have been Nolan's friend as well. Well, I don't think I like Bart the Fart. You know who Bart the Fart looks like? He look like Chud the Builder. An old country bumpkin with a Donald Trump personality. That's what I think about Bart the Fart. He reminds me of a little kid who used to run around with his nose running with boogers, and he licked the snot with 3-day-old coal all in his eyes because he lies. He is trying to sue Kim, a content creator. Kim has been doing the Lord's work, everybody. So him suing her is a waste of time because she only got information that was already out there. Take a listen. Give it a moment to open up. Okay, I got to unmute it. Hold on.
So check this out. Old Bart Edmondson Jr. has obtained Russell Latino out there in Mississippi, you know, where he lived. And he is filing a defamation on her, Kimberly, because he said that the accusation that she has made against him online,
Kim is doing the Lord's work,
has caused him to get a death threat. And he wants an apology. That is the funniest thing I have heard all day. The funniest thing. Now, Bart, you just opened up a whole can of worms. You got death threats because they was calling your name on that recording. That had nothing to do with her. Don't redirect and try to deflect. The truth is gonna come out.
Yes, it is.
Check this out.
So,
Bart
those young men that was on the boat with Nolan have been doing nothing but projecting and deflecting. When they did the interview with Tannum, Warren was projecting and deflecting. And I think he only said Bart's name once. And then he continued to call to detach Bart from the situation that has happened on the boat. He started saying, my buddy. But we had already figured out who the buddy was. Bart's father is a toxicologist in Mississippi. This is a conflict of interest when it comes to Nolan Wells. Take a listen. Just a moment.
But this is exactly what we don't want to see. We don't want to see them taking this water.
Hold on, you guys. I don't know what's going on. Hold on.
Y'all check this shit out. So you know Bart's dad is a prominent toxicologist.
What is going on here? I rebuke you, Satan.
And
He's also one of the lead prominent anesthesiologists. So when this toxicology report finally comes out, y'all remember who desk he was on first.
keep that in mind.
They talking about Nolan Wells.
So
Listen.
you know Bart's dad is a prominent toxicologist. And
He's also one of the lead prominent anesthesiologists. So when this toxicology report finally comes out, y'all remember who desk he was on first.
Remember that.
keep that in mind.
That is a conflict of interest. Because that's Nolan Wells' body. So why would they have somebody that his son was on a boat with him that could be one of the ones that may have unalived him? How is it that he would be the toxicologist? That's dangerous. I'm gonna allow y'all to listen to this beautiful sister. Hello, Sam. How you doing, King? Take a listen to her, okay? One moment. Just a moment, please. Hold on.
So you know Bart's dad is...
Hold on. Listen carefully.
So here's
Come on, what is going on
the
here?
thing, crackers and wannabe crackers. Y'all are trying so hard to cover up the Nolan Wells case and it's not working. Y'all are hiring black people, paying out black people, manipulating black people behind the scenes to be the spokesperson for Nolan. But let me tell y'all something. All them motherfucking crackers were jealous of Nolan. Look at Nolan. Every single person involved will never be as talented, as handsome, as courageous, as brave, as athletic as Nolan Xavier Wells. And y'all did what y'all did. Why? The same reason crackers have been doing what they motherfucking
Jealousy.
been doing. Evil jealousy. I really hope everyone involved just knows or feels what's coming to them. Truly, truly, I'm not even talking about justice being served in the courthouse. I'm talking about the spiritual ramifications and repercussions for every single person involved, every person that was paid off involved, every person who knows what happened, every person who's covering it up, every person working behind the scenes to lie and scheme and spread false propaganda. You guys are spiraling. You're losing control. And not just...
And they know they're losing
the sick
control
fucks
in Mississippi.
with what happened to Nolan Wells. I'm talking about all the sick fucks in this country. The racist people. We are on y'all's asses. Truly. Them demons eating away at y'all at night. The whispers of all our ancestors in y'all's ears. The feeling of no matter what you do to black people, we shall continue to fucking rise. As we fucking have been. Justice for Nolan Xavier Wells.
Justice for Nolan Wells. I will not take my foot off of Mississippi neck until I ain't taking my foot off of the state of Mississippi neck ever. I was going to say until Nolan Wells get justice. After you get justice, we got to make sure other blacks get justice as well. Just a moment. I have already told you all that lawsuits are coming for the ones who unalive Nolan Wells. Take a listen. Just a moment. Hi, Kenneth. How you doing, King? Lawsuits are coming.
Y'all get it?
Uh-oh. What happened?
Here, because y'all want to hear this.
Listen carefully.
When I tell y'all that the Crump team was playing chess and not checkers, baby. Okay, so the word on the street, and this is not a rumor, this is fact, that has been verified.
Mm-hmm.
But the word on the street is that wrongful death suit is
definitely
coming. Okay.
Nolan Wells' mother ain't. She's not playing.
Take a little notes, all right? Do you know why and how I know? So it has been reported on the day of Nolan's funeral, his family sent notices, which they call spoliation letters.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Warren's friends and their families about intentions to sue. That's right. That's why I say that this
listen to the audio
is forthcoming. Okay. Now, what does that mean? And what they are demanding? They want them to preserve all digital evidence. Okay. This is big. This is big because
this is major.
Justice criminally, they let them know, hey, we intend to sue. Okay, so what that means is they have a legal duty to preserve all materials of all kinds within their custody or control that may be relevant to the case, claims, or defenses. And this includes family members, any entity or person providing services to them, or who is subject to their control. So the letter outlines all type of things like text messages, social media, all of that. And of course, we said it before. Remember the video I told y'all about before when she filed to open up the estate? They can subpoena everything. That means everything.
And everybody was on their boat.
So-called investigative team has been trying to uncover. Baby, they're not playing with this, and they should not. Because Nolan Wells lost his
life.
And it looks like it was not an accident.
I don't believe it was.
And if it was an accident, it looks like it was cover-up. So, shout out to the Crump team for this, because it's definitely coming.
The lawsuits are coming, so Warren better get ready. Wyatt better get ready. Bart better get ready, which they lawyered up quick. Well, Bart just lawyered up. He went and got him a Latino attorney to say he got a person of color. So he want to appear racist, in my opinion, because Mississippi is racist. And that's a fact. One moment. bought the fort. So was it about Katie who wanted Nolan's eggplant while you have a small Vienna sausage? What's up? Why did any of this happen? Why did any of this have to happen? Was it about jealousy? Take a listen. Just a moment, allow it to download. That link is not opening, y'all. And it opened early on my other channel. Hold on. So we all know that TMZ has been putting in their input on the Nolan Wells. But what they have been putting out lately, I find it to be derogatory, working against the Nolan Wells family, in my opinion. Because Nolan Wells doesn't have a criminal record. So they take different avenues to taint Nolan Wells. Some even putting out saying he was doing drugs. I don't believe it. The devil is a liar. And now TMZ was stating that Nolan Wells had been drinking a lot. TMZ, you was not there. Why would you want to taint Nolan Wells' name? You should be concerned about who unalive Nolan Wells. What happened to Nolan Wells? When you can tell on that sea towing dispatch call that those white people were slurring their words. The guy when he was on the phone, apparently, and it has been said, alleged, it was Warren on the phone. Why are you not questioning those people? Have they been drinking heavily? But no, TMZ, you're trying to take a dead, unalive person's name while his family is grieving. Really, TMZ? The nerve of you. Take a listen. Just a moment. It's uploading, okay? Allow it to download.
Lawyer. Yes, I've been practicing 16 years, and
this is an attorney
we're
speaking.
going to have to talk about these new so-called reports on Nolan Well. If you're like me, you were confused with all of the news articles that came out today that basically said Nolan Wells was drinking heavily on Horn Island. And you, like me, were probably also wondering, what does this have to do with anything? Whether he was drinking or not, we still don't know what happened to him. Toxicology results, not back. Cause of death, unknown. But yet somehow, people wanted to drop this story as if somehow this is helping piece together the puzzle when
Hi,
this
Brian.
doesn't help us understand anything yet. This TMZ article starts off with Nolan Wells was drinking heavily while partying with his friends on Mississippi's Horn Island. Again, what does this have to do with anything? It says it's citing preliminary information in a document, Mississippi's Department of Marine Resources. It then cites ABC News. So let's go look at ABC News. Go to this article, and this isn't really helping me either. Clearly says Wells' cause of death is not known. Here it just says witnesses told investigators that Nolan Wells had been drinking heavily. Again, what is the point of this? We still don't know what's happened to him. Don't know at all. It tells us that it came from an that listed basic information for Wells, including his searchers looked for him. Okay, that's not helpful, but this is what's going to be really interesting. The article that somehow helped me piece all of this together was on, of all places, Fox News.
And I
was shocked
Fox
as well.
News,
The
of
article
all
makes it
news
much more
channels.
clear. It says that the document that everybody seems to be referencing, July 5th email, Mississippi Department of Marine Resources, was obtained by Fox News Digital. Last known location. And the email lists alcohol intake. Heavy. It lists that as a direct quote.
But the
This
toxicology
article
hasn't been
says,
revealed.
but does not identify
Even the
the source of
autopsies
that
from
information. Mind
Mississippi.
you,
So how do they
TMZ,
make that
ABC
assumption?
News, random website, and even Fox News have went on and on and on about it. We still don't know what happened to Nolan Wells. We still don't have a clear timeline. And somehow we have went on about an alleged fact that he was drinking heavily, which doesn't tell us what happened to him. Every time you see a news story now, you are going to have to vet it. And
Yeah,
I'll talk about
vet
some
it.
tools that I'm using to help me get better with this, but you let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
I find it so disgusting, TMZ. Yes, TMZ is the ghetto news, but taking Nolan Wells is not going to solve what happened to Nolan Wells. If you're going to report something, Harvey and your partner on your show, stop Stop trying to taint Nolan Wells. What about these young men that was on the boat with him? You don't have anything negative to say about them, but you throw salt on a young man that's not here anymore. They can't speak for himself, but you're speaking up against him, tainting his name. The devil is a liar with your ghetto TV show, TMZ. This is for the Nolan haters. Take a listen, please.
So here's the thing, crackers
Uh-oh.
and wannabe crackers. Y'all are trying so hard.
That link isn't working. I opened it earlier, y'all. It's weird. Because I have 2 channels. I did my other channel earlier. Just a moment. Take a listen to this queen debunks the lie Warren was telling on the boat. Take a listen.
People are wondering about the
Hold on, y'all. Come on. What is going on tonight? Hold on. Bear with me.
Nolan Wells thing about the autopsy. And no, obviously you should.
What is, y'all? I don't know what's happening tonight.
Trust
Everything
Mississippi for
glitching on
crimes
me.
against people of color. A lot of people are asking, what is a bilge pump? So let me just, I live on a boat. I'm going to show you what a bilge pump is. It's really gross. See my engine? There's a pump down there.
A teachable moment about boats.
That's my bilge pump. When water rises, see, if I get water inside my soul, anywhere through here in my engine room, there's a float switch. The float will rise, which will kick on the bilge pump. Then the bilge pump will push water out to the outside. Now, the interesting thing that I don't see a lot of people asking is, you know, if a bilge pump is off, and I'm going to show you, bilge pump's off. Bilge pump not working, I just turned it off. Does that inherently mean that your boat is taking on water? No, does not mean that. It's off, it's not taking on water. That's because your bilge can be off. It doesn't necessarily mean that your boat will be taking on water. There has to be like a main issue. The bilge pump fixes a wet boat, or all boats get wet. Every single boat needs to get pumped out. You ever like regularly see a boat peeing and then it stops really quickly? That's probably a bilge. If you see one that's going on for a long time, that's probably just a through hole for like a sink or something. But those little that you see on the side of the boat, that's a bilge pump. Or it could be wet exhaust too if their engine's on. But they're easy to identify. I haven't seen what's going on with the actual boat and what the problem was. But it doesn't make sense to me. When did they take on a wake and they couldn't just shovel it out fast enough? Everyone was accounted for. And the boat's taking on water. And everyone just accepts that the bilge pump is why the boat is sinking, which makes no sense. And anyone on that radio call would know that. I don't know, Mississippi, man. It's like Chinatown. The movie, not an actual town. People are wondering about the Nolan Wells thing. About
She is debunking what Warren has said to Sea Towing. He told him that the boat was sinking. She just explained how boats operate. The pump pushes water out the boat. And it's quite strange. They didn't have any problems with the boat for the rest of that day. The GPS system showed they drove the boat around different places. Warren, are you lying? Just a moment. They are trying to taint Nolan's name. Let me see. I hope it's not something I showed already. Let's see. Just a moment.
Lens, starting with problematic headlines that blame the victim. Many of you sent this to me because it is a glaring example of how news organizations often denigrate the dead. The biggest question is, why would this even be a headline? Why is the first person the news media is accusing of committing a crime the 18-year-old who lost his life?
How can he commit a crime? He doesn't have a criminal record.
Who were the witnesses? Were they also heavily intoxicated? Does that make them unreliable witnesses that you would second guess quoting in a headline? And for that to be the headline when everyone else is talking about this audio is questionable in and of itself. So let's listen to the audio.
Detail assistant, Vicky speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, we're at the west tip of Horn, and our village pump stopped working. We're sinking.
So what do you hear? And again, I ask, why is the only one being accused publicly of a crime by a national news organization the 18-year-old who lost his life? Share this story and tag your favorite independent journalists and information-based content creators to keep the conversation going. The more you're aware of how media can be used for manipulation, the better you can consume information. I'm Janae Norman. I used to do the news. Now I just report the facts and uncomfortable truths. Nolan Wells' coverage through a media literacy lens, starting with problematic.
Big media is trying to dirty and taint Nolan Wells, a young man that helped disabled kids, a young man that helped kids that was bullied, a young man that made good grades in school, a young man that was an excellent sports player, had a promising career in the NFL, a great college student. Why is big media trying to taint his name? That is what happens. Let me explain it. When white people do something to black people to harm them or unalive them, they make sure they get people out there to dirty up that person's name. Then that takes the lens off of them. We know this game y'all play, white people. I'm sorry to inform you of the games that you play. So I got a message for the racists that be coming in my chat harassing me. One moment. Hold on. I got something to show you. Hold on.
Mississippi for crimes against people of color. A lot of people.
Just a moment. Hold on. Hold on, Jeffro. Just.
You want to know what DEI stands for really when it comes to black people? It stands for divinely equipped individuals. And we are. And you need to repeat that 3 times every day. We're God's first people. That's not an opinion. That's biological and anthropological fact. The first human remains were found in Ethiopia. If you're ever hanging out in Ethiopia, those people have a different shaped head and they're blue-black. And he gave black people something very special. He gave no other humans on earth. And he gave it to the black woman. And the black woman is the only species on earth that can give birth to every color of human being. Only black women can do that. That's science. When the rules are clear and the playing field is level, not only can we compete, we will also dominate. We will change the entire game on your ass. You want to know what DEI stands for really when it comes to black people? It stands for divinely equipped individuals. And we are.
Divinely equipped individuals. That's what DEI stand for. Somebody sent that to Donald Trump in his administration, okay? I want to, anytime you show something heavy on your channel, it's good to bring things back to a safe space. So I want to play something for you, okay? You don't mind, do you? One moment. Bear with me just a moment while I find the audio, beautiful kings and queens. Hold on. Uh-oh, my mic fell off the thing. I'll get it. I'll get it. Just a moment. I want you to listen to this. It's buffering, but give it a moment.
Why God didn't let you settle. You find out that
I'm going to start it over.
I hope you meet the reason why God didn't let you settle. You find out that he was actually preparing someone who was going to love you so much that it would make you forget what love never was. That he was actually preparing you to receive a love that wasn't going to be hurt by your trauma. That someone was going to love you so much and so deeply, you actually thought maybe 1 Corinthians 13 was real. that it was God being reflected from this person, loving you patiently, kindly, and most importantly, never ending. So yeah, I hope you run into that love. And I hope when you run into it, you love it like you've never been hurt before. Like you've never experienced trauma or pain before. Not because you're silly or stupid, but because you're ready, patient, and prepared.
I love that. That was beautiful. I have something else to let you all listen to. My microphone, it popped off somewhere. I don't know where it went. Hold on, you all, okay? And then we're going to get up out of here because I'm sleepy. This is like my third live tonight. Well, we're on a whole nother day. We're in Thursday now, but hold on. Just a moment. It's buffering. Tired. This is about God is healing your heart.
Someone's heart watching this right now. And that someone is you. Say this out loud. God.
Hold on, it's buffering again.
Healing every broken place in my heart. I'm not defined by what hurt me. I'm defined by what God is doing in me right now. The pain I've carried, God is lifting it off my shoulders. Every disappointment is becoming a divine appointment. What was meant to break me, God is using to build me. I am not my trauma. I am not my past. I am healed. I am whole. I am loved. My heart is being restored right now. I feel peace replacing pain. I feel joy replacing sorrow. God is doing a new thing in my heart, and I receive it fully. The walls I built to protect myself, God is gently taking them down. I don't have to guard my heart alone anymore. God is my protector. God is my healer. God is every cracked place in my heart is being filled with light. I forgive what I couldn't forgive before, and I'm free. The weight I've been carrying was never mine to hold. I release it into healing. My heart is not broken. My heart is under construction, and the one doing the work is the one who made me. I am not who I was yesterday. I am not who the world said I'd become. I am who God says I am, right now. Stay in peace. Stay in faith. Stay covered. Take a moment.
Stay in peace, stay in faith, stay covered. I appreciate you all coming to my live tonight. And we had a rough road because this is actually my second time going live tonight because my channel was acting up for this channel. And I came back and did this live. So I thank God that we were successful with this second live on this channel. Because I did another live earlier on my other channel and I was on it for quite some time. So it make it where I come on here late, and I apologize to you all for that. Thank you all for coming to my channel. I appreciate and I value you all. Please subscribe to my channel. This is my new channel. I'm trying to grow it. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Thank you for blessing me with your presence. God loves you. I love you. Good night.